So Figueiredo's pissed off. Now, I want to come in and I want to scold him. I want to scold Figueiredo. You guys know what I'm talking about? They're going to do an interim title. They're going to bring in Moreno. They're going to bring in Kaikar France. They're going to do an interim title. Figueiredo is the champion. Are you guys aware of that? I mean, I know that belt kind of jumped around a little bit. Then when Moreno grabbed it, it was the first ever Mexican champion. It was just absolutely huge. And sometimes you got to remind people. These guys have fought each other so damn many times, but Figueiredo is actually the current champion. So his feelings are hurt. He even said, I can't believe the UFC's doing this. I didn't think they would do this to me. And he told his side, which is very simple. He's not prevaricating from the story. He hurt his finger. He was supposed to go do a fight. I think it was even Moreno again. Hurt his finger and had to push it off. I don't know what that means. If he's got to go get a surgery or something, right? Fighters, tough guy, they wrap their fingers. There must be a little bit more to it, but it's a finger and he can't get in the ring for a period of time. They're going to go do this interim title. It hurt his feelings. Now, where I told you that I would like to scold him. He's earned the right. I don't have the right to scold him, but I do have a very different opinion. And could I share that? Because this isn't the first time this has happened. This is not the first time where a champion is going, hey, wait just a minute. I'm not a closet champion. I'm not in a negotiation dispute. And I don't give a goddamn who the opponent is. I just need a little time. I don't need a lot. You want me to fight in 3 months? I need to fight in 5 months. We're real close here. And there is a couple of times where a very similar scenario has laid out, and guys have really gotten their feelings hurt. They really thought they were slighted. And I'm not in their position, but I am a fan, and I will tell you, they're not being insulted. That is not the interpretation by any fan. And please leave comments and make sure you let me know that I'm right or that I'm not. We all understand that Figueiredo is the champion of the world. We all understand the interim championship is not Figueiredo's championship. Figueiredo is the undisputed champion. That's the interim championship is being contested. You guys remember old pro wrestling days? This is not the World Heavyweight Championship. You then have an Intercontinental Championship. You have one down. But if you can get to the IC belt, it guarantees you get a crack at the undisputed belt. That's what the interim championship represents, and it's awesome. I love it. It creates opportunity. It really does. There's no insult meant to Figueiredo here. They don't take the belt off him. The rankings don't change. His contact doesn't change. What his next fight will be about and the placement, nothing changes for him. We all look at him and view him 100% for what he is, which is the champion of the world. But if we can set that aside just for a moment, because we're not attempting to be rude, please understand an opportunity just opened up for Kaikar France, who deserves it and would not have got it. I mean, just in this one instance, this isn't about Kaikar, by the way, but it's not about Moreno, it's not about Figueiredo. Everything is as it should be. They're going to hold a fight, a top-billing fight at 125 pounds on a specific date. That's what the organization is going to do. They don't need to ask anybody's permission. They have a strategy and a plan, and that's where that one gets inserted. They went to the champion. They invited him. He couldn't make the date. No problem. We still have to do what we have to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to feature this weight class. We're even going to make it for a belt. Now, the reality is it's the interim belt, which just makes it crystal clear who becomes the number one contender and absolutely nothing more. And you still get a fight when you want and for what you want. You're not being stripped. I think that's the point I'm trying to make. And there is a meaningful distinction and difference. And when Figueiredo said, and I don't even know if I'd be talking to you guys if he hadn't used this line. It was one line that he used, and that's where I knew his feelings were hurt. When he said, I did not think the UFC would do this to me. That's what, oh, whoa, wait a second. You think the UFC did something to you? No. You didn't want to fight till you're getting what you want. The UFC's give everything that you said you wanted on that call. You get all of it. Different topic. We've got this date carved out. We've got a strategy within our organization. It's time to feature this weight class. And we have another mechanism to do it called an interim championship, which just provides opportunity. I think I would just like to explain that distinction. I don't like that Figueiredo felt like he was slighted. I don't like that. And he is right that if he's got a hurt finger or he's got an injury or he called and disclosed that and he just needs X amount of time and he's already talked with the trainers and the doctors and he's perfectly organized. Sure, that's it, but they agreed with him. They agreed. We're going to do what you said. You said you could fight in, I'm making it. He said you could fight in December. Okay, you're going to fight in December. Got everything that you wanted. New topic. And I wish that the interim belt would be looked at like that. It provides a massive opportunity. It's awesome for marketing. It's very fun for me as a fan. And I know I keep going back to the same pro wrestling example and it drives some of you crazy, but the hottest night that I've ever seen was Warrior versus Hogan, and it was only for one reason. It was the first time Vince ever put on a main event where both guys walked to the ring as champion. Vince had never put the IC champ against the heavyweight champ. It was the first poster ever. Both guys are wearing a belt, and it's powerful. Harwin, Lesnar, both were champions. I mean, these moments are special. But there's things that you have to do to create them. And there's a belt that you've got to contest. And there's deserving athletes, and there's 5 rounds, and there's a whole market. There's a lot that goes into it. But I don't want Moreno to think that he was slighted. Francis went through this a year ago. Francis was asked to fight on a Houston event and couldn't make the date. Okay, you want to fight later? We're going to let you. Everything that you asked for, you got it, buddy. But on a different topic, we've got this Houston date, and we've got a guy named Derek Lewis who's going to be in the main event, and now we're going to bring in Surreal Gone. You will take on the winner. Oh, and by the way, we're going to put an interim championship around him, so when you guys do fight, it's going to be a mega event. They're different topics is all I'm trying to share. And the fighter certainly has the right. But to be stripped, please understand what that means. And please understand what an interim championship is. We are having very, very different conversations. And I don't want Moreno's feelings or Figueiredo's feelings to be hurt. I don't want the next guy that they do an interim champ, creates some opportunity, turns into a huge marketing push, which he gets the reward for at a later date, of which he chose. I don't want him to have his feelings hurt either. I think that there's a misunderstanding here. Being stripped and being in a division as champion that's going to have an interim belt are two different conversations.